Obviously, I'm a huge Tua fan, so I will start by saying, Tua, I applaud what you have done over the course of your career. I applaud your resiliency. I applaud your toughness. Remember, at Alabama, Tua Tagovailoa suffered a devastating hip injury. Tua Tagovailoa, I applaud the man that you are. Now, I am no longer talking to Tua because he has made his decision, so my advice is for the next Tua, because there will be another one. Don't play the odds with your life. Tua said, I'm going to play the odds. I gamble. I play a lot of blackjack. The reason I play blackjack is because blackjack has the best odds in the house, and those odds are roughly 48% chance that you'll win. The current odds that the Dolphins will make the playoffs is 11%, 11.6 to be exact. 14 teams out of roughly 140 have started at 2-5 and gone on to make the playoffs. I don't even like playing casino games with my money when the odds are bad. And you want to play with your life when the odds are bad. Again, I'm not talking to Tua. Tua's made his decision. I'm talking to you, the next Tua. Just because you will die, and that is a reality that we all face, does not give you agency to live recklessly, particularly when you know that you have a propensity to suffer an injury greater and to a greater degree than another individual. So again, what I can do is applaud Tua Tagovailoa for the man that he is, and I applaud individuals that are incredibly tough. But speaking to the next Tua, to you parent, to you coach, to you athlete, to you whoever you may be, don't live recklessly just because you will die. That doesn't give you agency to do so. That's not an intelligent decision. And if you want to play odds, go to a casino. Don't play the odds with your life, especially if they're not all that good. Shady, what's your reaction to Tua not wanting to Tua returning?
I mean, I respect his decision. It's his choice. It's his career, his life. I didn't like it, though. You know why? Just because I feel like he is I think like the outsiders are getting to him, right? Right? Oh, he should retire. No, I'm gonna play. I'm gonna show them, right? And he talked about protecting himself. And I know a little bit about protecting myself. There's times where I would get hit a certain way, and I know how to roll with the hits, where I didn't face a lot of concussions because I know how to take them blows and et cetera. He doesn't, right? Because sometimes he's giving the blows and he's getting concussions, and sometimes it's not even a hard hit. They just throw him down, and he hits his head on the ground and he's getting concussions. So he really can't protect himself. But this is the locker room, right? And this is a facility. We talk amongst each other.
Yeah.
Now, imagine a world, I'm going to give you two scenarios. One is with the players, right? You're a wide receiver. I'm the running back. Let's say I'm the wide receiver.
Yeah.
All right, Tyreek Hill and Waddle.
Yeah.
Damn, we getting Tua back, dog. Thank God. Hey, the back has been bad. Now we're gonna get some wins. We're gonna get some yards. But then you say to me like, yeah, bro, but what if he get another concussion, bro? Now you like, you know what? Because that's my brother, though. So now I'm thinking more than just football.
Yeah.
Okay, the other scenario, imagine the coaches. Yo, thank God, Tua back, yo. Because you know how we do when Tua's back. You know what type of numbers we put up. You know what type of wins we're going to have. We're going back to the playoffs. And then one of the assistant coaches says, what if you get another concussion?
Yeah.
You know how awful you going to feel because you pushing this player out there? Sometimes you said something that I never agree with, but till today I do. You got to sometimes take the decision from the player, take it out of his hands. Because we're always going to go out there and play. We're gladiators. I think Tua should really reconsider this decision because it's bigger than football. Like, he got children, he got a wife, and he's young. We're not talking about an ACL. We just seen Chris Godwin hurt his ankle. We seen Deshaun Watson tear his Achilles. Yeah. You know what? Them guys will be back eventually. Yeah. You do something in your head, who knows if you'll be back?
Yeah, even just the long term of it. This is a tough situation for Tua. Listening to Tua talk, his mind's made up, dog. Yeah. And it ain't nobody.
Nobody.
Not no wife, not no kids, not no organization, not no nothing that's going to stop him from doing what he want to do. That's what I took out of this interview right now. And another thing I took out of the interview is we never know the why, man. You know, y'all know my life story. I grew up homeless first 15 years of my life. Making it to the National Football League, taking care of my family, that is the only thing I cared about. That's why I played hurt. That's why I trained so hard, all that. That was my why. We don't know this man's why and why he wants to go back out there on the football field. Can we sit up here and say, man, you tripping? Absolutely. It's easy for us to say that. But for him to make this decision, I can only imagine. I played 9 years in the National Football League. If somebody would have told me after 4, you done, bruh, and it ain't your choice, I'd be, hold on, man. It would be hard for me. Tua does not want to walk away from the game. It's always extremely hard to walk away from the game, no matter the injury. And I understand we talking about a head injury. And yes, I sit up here saying Tua, because I ain't taking no hits no more. I'm looking at Tua, be done. But it ain't that easy for Tua. We don't know what he's been through. We don't know what his why is. We don't know what he's chasing. We don't know why he wants to go back out there. But him standing up at that podium right there, talking the way he talking. This was nobody else's decision but Tua. You know, so at the end of the day, whatever happens, Tua got to live with that decision. As a teammate, I would be just like you, man. Forget my stats. I would check on Tua every day. You good? You sure? You know what I mean? Like, bruh, you don't got to come out here. Like that would be me as a teammate. But his mind is made up already, and it's not an easy decision. You know, as we sit up here and we say it's not an easy decision for him, this is the dream come true for this dude. You know what I'm saying? We don't know why he still want to play. We don't know why he started playing. We don't know how he grew up. We don't know what he's chasing. We don't know what he after. So it's a tough decision. We sit up here, we can say walk away, stay, play. It's easy for us. It ain't easy for Tua.
Yeah, I mean, I can sit up here, agree, disagree, plead the fifth on what Tua decides to do. At the end of the day, it's his decision, right? And as a media person now, we're removed from the game. All of us are. We played the game, so we have those experiences. And I look at it from two separate arenas. One, as a former player, the other as a media member. As a media member, I'm thinking, you're crazy, man. Like, look at your family, look at your wife, look at your kids. You're a dad, you're a husband, you're a father, you're a son, you're a brother, like all these guys, right? And after you end your career, whether it's 10 years or 15 years or whatever, 4 years, it don't matter. You have a lot more life to live on the other side of playing.
Absolutely.
But if I'm being completely honest with you, and as a quarterback, he's one of 32 people in the world that gets to do what he does. I don't think it's about the money. I don't think it's about the pride. I just think you heard him.
Yeah.
He loves it to the death of him. I took that and I said, that's the biggest quote I took. He's willing to die on the field for that. And I put myself back in my shoes when I was playing. And if I had those concussions, I'd have serious talks with my mom and family and wife and kids and all this. Like, but I'd probably be back out there playing too. Yeah. If I'm being completely honest, because you get so blinded to the outside when you're in a facility, right? Because you're so focused on just the next step. Let's clear this hurdle. Okay, this Wednesday practice is done. Let's prepare for Thursday practice. Let's prepare. You don't think long term. Tua's had some time off to think long term, and it's obvious that he still wants to continue playing. So it's a difficult decision, and it's hard for anyone who has never played. I just disagree with a lot of people out there that haven't played the game of football that are trying to tell this young man what to do. Forget about if you agree or dis. That's not the conversation. It's getting unwarranted advice from people. People don't know what goes on in the facility and in that locker room.
It's hard for me because I feel responsible. Not that it's our responsibility, but it's 39 years of NFL experience that I'm sitting up here with. To my right, I got 14. To my left, I got 12. Further left, I have 9. I think Chase is right. Because we have all had to make the difficult decision to retire, I'm like, no, that decision's going to be difficult regardless of when you have to make it. And I would rather you retire the game than the game retire you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And like, and when I hear words like, you know, I'll do it to the death of me, I can't sit up here and like just not comment on that.
Yeah.
Like
but to be honest with you, though.
Hold on, Uncle James. So, like, why'd you retire?
Because after 4 years in college and 4 years pro, I got hurt 7 times in 8 years.
No head injuries.
No injuries, but hurt 7 times in 8 years. I broke my thumb, I tore my groin, I tore my MCL, I tore my meniscus, I tore my other MCL, I tore my adductor, right? So I got hurt 7 times. And I was like, Acho, you're never going to be a Hall of Famer. You're never going to be an All-Pro. You might be a Pro Bowler if you stumble into a good season. Hang it up.
Why you retire?
14 years, I wanted to spend more time with the family.
Why'd you retire?
I was done mentally. I didn't have the dedication for it no more. Didn't want to train no more. I was done. Mentally, I knew it was a wrap.
So nobody here is saying anything about like their physical safety or their health.
Here for a moment. It's the most important conversation that can be had on television today. It's not just about football, it's about life. Parents, we're talking to you. Teachers, to you. Coaches, we're talking to you. Athletes, we are definitely talking to you. Turn your volumes up for this conversation. Tua Tagovailoa, he suffered many concussions. We saw him get carted on a stretcher off of the football field over the course of his career. He's missed the last 4 games, but he said, I will play to the death of me, quote. He said, I'm willing to play the odds, in reference to getting hurt again. James, you had a thought.
I did because, you know, kind of like Chase said, it's a lot of people out there, you know, kind of telling Tua what to do or what he should do that didn't play, right? And it just led me back into the locker room, into the training facilities. It's been plenty of times for myself to where the trainers have said to me, you probably shouldn't go today. You got 3 broken ribs, dog. You can't get hit in the rib. You probably shouldn't go today. You shouldn't be coming back from your PCL this early. You probably shouldn't. I'm going. I'm going. Point blank period. So, like, I understand what people are saying, but this is the world that we kind of live in. This is, like Shady said, we gladiators. Like, mindset-wise, that's our mindset. So it's hard to just get out of that mindset and quit, basically, and say my career is done, even what's been going on. And not only that, we say a prayer before every game, right? Every team, right? Because we know the risk we are taking trotting out there, healthy, injured, whatever. We know it's a possibility that I can walk off this field hurt or I can't walk off this field. There's a possibility for that. And we all take the field with joy because we love the game. I leave the house praying with my wife and kids and stuff because we know the risk. But this is the risk that I'm doing to provide for y'all. So, yes, it's easy to sit here and say Tua walk away, but it's a lot of stuff that goes into that, though, dog.
So you keep talking about provide. He's made a lot of money. And if he leaves, he makes 123.
Still makes a lot of money.
120 million.
If he retires,
play. Say he doesn't
120
play.
if he retires, he don't get nothing too much.
No, he get 120. I think
Makes 120, but I'm just assuming, just say he doesn't retire and he just doesn't play the rest of the
I'm
season.
he
with
made a lot
you.
of money. Okay, right. So let's take, even if it's this year, let's take some time off. So he has money for the, you talk about providing for family. Another thing is, all the injuries that you keep talking about, I played with broken ribs, right? It's an uncomfortable situation.
100%,
But it ain't my head.
No doubt.
Now, last thing I'm going to say is this, because we all know a lot of players in the NFL playing and not playing. Y'all tell me y'all don't know brothers that's all beat up from the game? Dudes that is not there mentally.
CT.
And people joke about the CTE and all that,
Alzheimer's,
but I know players that really have it. You can tell. It's
real.
They're not the same. And if I'm a real teammate and I say I love you because you my brother and all that, and I don't really give it to you the real, like, yo, you know such and such that played for the Broncos. You see how he acts. You see how he. That might be you, dog. You know what I'm saying?
And that's what this is for.
Shady hit on that in your first lap and first take was like, just imagine you're a defender and you got a one-on-one tackle with Tua after he's come back. How do you handle that? Are you still in the back of your head like, I don't want to be the one to knock Tua out for good. I don't want to be the one to like, or if you're a receiver and like Shady was saying, and you accidentally run the wrong route and Tua has to hold it for a little bit longer, and he gets sacked, hits his head on the ground. Now the receiver feels like,
come on, man.
What
about
all
the
this
coach?
stuff that it's not being talked about? What if a coach calls, hey, all right, it's like week 17, and say the Dolphins are playing for a chance to go to the playoffs, and they need to run speed option left because it is the absolute best play they have, or they just need the quarterback sneak because they need an inch on the goal line. And a linebacker comes over after a coach had called it, and Tua's just running the play called, can cuss. How bad that coach gonna feel?
Come on, man.
So you look at it from that lens, it's hard to go out there and actually call a play or be a defender and tackle him or be a receiver. Like, there's a lot of pressure on outside people here, too.
The lens I'll look at it from is this. The most pain I would suggest I was ever in on a football field is when my brother got hurt. My brother was playing for the Arizona Cardinals. It was his third year in the National Football League. He was playing for the Saints. He calls me.
For the Saints or
he was playing against the Saints, excuse me. My brother playing against the Saints. He calls me, and I'm like, shouldn't you be on the football field? And he called me, and it sounded like he was crying. So I was confused. So I'm like, one, what happened? Two, shouldn't you be on the field? He calls me, and he says, I broke my leg. And I was like, wait, what? He was like, yeah, I was going to sack Drew Brees, and I broke my leg. I'm devastated. One, because anytime you hear a grown man cry, it's difficult.
It's family.
Anytime you hear a grown man cry that's your loved one, it's difficult. Anytime you hear a grown man cry that's probably the closest person to you on this earth, it's difficult. And so in that moment, as my brother got into his 8th year in the National Football League and was going to his 9th year in the National Football League, I had been long retired. I'm just thinking, bro, just retire. Just ready. You've torn your pec now. You broke your leg. Like, I don't even want to watch you play anymore. Like, because I don't want to watch you suffer. And eventually the game is going to retire you. My brother's like, yeah, but I want to get to 10, bro. I want to get to 10 years, bro. He ended up retiring at 9. But I will suggest the most pain I was ever in on the football field is when my brother got hurt. I can only imagine the pain of Tua's loved ones. Again, Tua, you've made your decision. We're talking to the next Tua's, that is. Well, when we return, a lot is going on in the sports world, not just in the NFL. In college football, USC gave What up, YouTube family? Welcome to the facility. Thanks for watching, and you better be sure to hit that subscribe button if you want to get more highlights from the show and all of our exclusive content.